right, so this is Jacob, Next Big Thing Sports here, back with another video, and spring training has officially kicked off. Baseball is back. It is the best time of the year, and in today's video, we're going to be doing MLB 2025 awards predictions, so let's get right to it. So the first award prediction we're going to start with is the AL MVP. This was a race last year that was kind of a two-horse race between Aaron Judge and Bobby Witt Jr. Judge ended up etching it out. He kind of pulled away, but is going to put up another outstanding season, and he's my prediction for MVP this year. So let's take a look at the numbers from last year. Just an outstanding year for Bobby Witt. He was a top prospect in 2022 when he broke in, had a decent rookie season, finished fourth in Rookie of the Year, and then his second season was kind of a breakout season. He had over an 800 OPS that year, 11 triples, which led the MLB. Then last year, he just went nuts. He led the league in games played. He led the MLB in hits and batting average. Just a terrific season for Bobby Witt last year. And like I said, ended up finishing second to Judge and MVP. He also added 32 homers as well. That's back-to-back 30 home run seasons. So he's a true five-tool player. And he's only 24 years of age. He'll be 25 this year. So just insane. Kansas City absolutely hit with this pick when they drafted Bobby Witt first overall way back in the day. Number one prospect, and he has lived up to the hype so far, and I think he adds an MVP trophy this year. Again, outstanding last year, five-tool player. He can swipe bags. He hits for contact. He hits for average, and he hits for power. Just an outstanding player. And again, we look here. Last year, he was second in the entire MLB in WAR, right behind Aaron Judge with a 9.4 WAR last year, which, if you don't know what WAR is, it basically just talks about how valuable a player is overall. And a 9 WAR is an outstanding season for Bobby Witt. So now we're moving into the NL MVP prediction. And for the NL, I know this is kind of chalky. I know it's pretty basic, but I'm going with Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani is one of those guys that as long as he is playing, it's hard to pick against him as NL MVP. Like, if you look what he did with the bat last season, I expect him to put up similar numbers again this year, and he's going to be pitching. Last year with the bat, a 9.2 WAR, 54 home runs, 130 runs driven in, a 390 OPS, 646 slug, and 1,036 OPS, 190 OPS plus. All those led the National League. He also led the National League in runs, homers, RBIs, and WAR. Terrific season for Shohei last year. I mean, this dude, he's unreal. And he also, by the way, he has a career 3.01 ERA. So he's doing all this with almost a sub-3 career ERA. Shohei's healthy on the bump. I know a lot of people are worried about him coming back from that second Tommy John. Even if he's not the same pitcher, if he's an average starting pitcher and puts up, that's the thing. To win MVP this year, if he pitches decent, he doesn't even have to put up the offensive numbers he did last year, because last year was by far his best offensive season, especially power-wise and runs driven in-wise, and he still was able to win MVP as a DH. So pitching, I think Shohei's going to grab it again this year. So now we're moving into my Cy Young Award predictions, and my first one is a guy. Actually, both of my predictions are guys that are playing on different teams this year. And first, I'm going to start in the AL. And my AL Cy Young prediction is Garrett Crochet of the Boston Red Sox. So we all knew Boston traded away Chris Sale last year. Sale ends up winning a Cy Young with the Atlanta Braves. I think they get some redemption this year. I think they trade for a left-handed pitcher in the offseason. And I think they end up getting a Cy Young back out of it. So in his first full year as a starter last year, Crochet was outstanding. So maybe the most impressive thing, you look at the stats here, is in the far right, if you look, and his strikeouts per 9 right there, 12.9 strikeouts per 9, which is absolutely elite. He was an all-star last year for the first time, a 1.15 ERA plus, which is, again, terrific. Logged 146 innings, so he was injured a little bit, but healthy for the most part, was able to log 32 starts, and then pitched to a 3.5 ERA as well. So just an outstanding season in his first year as a starter. I expect those numbers to be even better this year as a second year in a starter. I expect that ERA, I'm predicting under 3 with the high strikeout numbers, and I think the Red Sox are going to sneak into the playoffs as well. So I think that bodes for an all-star season for Crochet. I'm really excited about the production that he's going to bring for Boston this season. Now my next prediction is the NL Cy Young. This is a guy who has won a Cy Young before, signed a big contract this season. And I think this is maybe, behind the Soto contract, the best signing of the offseason, and that is Corbin Burnes of the Arizona Diamondbacks. As a one-year rental last year in Baltimore, Corbin Burnes did everything they traded for him to do. He pitched to a sub-3 ERA at 2.92. He pitched every time his name was called. He stayed healthy. He pitched in 32 games last year, 194 innings, only gave up 22 home runs. Just terrific numbers, 181 strikeouts. I think the strikeout numbers, he's been over 10 a lot in his career. The strikeout numbers were a little down. I expect those to come back up again this year. Pitching in a little more pitcher-friendly ballpark out in Arizona. He's back home. I think he's going to have a terrific year. He's in the prime of his career. He just signed the big deal in Arizona. Look for Corbin Burnes to have an outstanding year this year. He finished 5th in Cy Young voting last year. He's been top 10 in Cy Young voting every year since 2020. And again, he won that Cy Young back in 2021 when he was outstanding, led the league in ERA that year with a 2.43. As you can see here, I think he's going to have an outstanding season for the Arizona Diamondbacks. What a signing for them. What a move. And what a player Corbin Burnes is. So now the last predictions we're going to make in this video is going to be our Rookie of the Year predictions. So I'm going to start in the AL, and this is a guy who debuted last year and pitched a little bit, and that is Jackson Jobe of the Detroit Tigers. I think Jobe is going to have a terrific year this year. He came up last year, as you can see here, tore up the minor leagues last year. In Double-A ball, pitched to a sub-2 ERA, had a 2 ERA on the dot, in advanced A-ball, and then got his chance in the postseason last year, but struggled. But I think that's to be expected. I think he has terrific stuff. He has great strikeout numbers. Most of his strikeout numbers all throughout the minor leagues are over 10 per 9, which is outstanding. And there's a reason this kid was such a highly touted prospect. I think he's going to get his shot in the Tigers rotation this year. And I think he really could also be the piece for the Tigers. If he can stay healthy and pitch to a Rookie of the Year season like I think the Tigers very much so are going to find themselves back in the playoffs again next year. So I think Jackson Jobe, even though last year struggled a little bit in the playoffs, he got thrown into a really tough spot. I think he's outstanding. I think the Tigers absolutely hit on this kid, and I think he's going to be terrific for them this season. And my last Rookie of the Year prediction, this time in the NL, is Roki Sasaki of the Dodgers. This was the prize get of the offseason behind Juan Soto. This is right up there with the Corbin Burnes signing, is maybe best signing of the offseason with Burnes and Soto, guys that I've already talked about a little bit. But Sasaki is 23 years old. He's coming over from Japan, has been absolutely incredible in Japan, signs the huge deal with the Dodgers. I mean, if you just look at his numbers across the board, what he's been able to do in Japan since he's been over there. He pitched to a 2.35 ERA last year. He was sub-2 the year before, almost sub-2 the year before that. He's pitching 129 innings, 91, and 111 in 3 years, respectively. His strikeout numbers are over 10 per 9 in every season, up to highest 13 and 12 per 9 in 2022 and 2023. This kid, he's incredible. And I know a lot of times when these guys come over in Japan, they've already been playing high-level professional baseball over there. It's probably the second best league in the world. These guys come from playing over there, so it's a little bit, maybe it can be a little bit of a boring Rookie of the Year pick since these guys come over and they're already MLB ready and they don't have to go through the grind of the minor leagues and things like that because they're already MLB ready players, whereas like Jackson Jobe, we don't know if he's MLB ready. We've never really seen him pitch in the MLB, and the limited that we saw of him, he kind of struggled, whereas like Sasaki, everyone just kind of knows that he's probably going to be MLB ready. I mean, we've seen him pitching against MLB players in the WBC a couple years ago too. But I think this kid is outstanding. And I know it's a little bit of a boring pick, but I think he's going to win. That's what I think is going to happen. I think he's going to be great at the top of that. The Dodgers have that three-headed monster, Japanese monster at the top of the rotation this year with Shohei, Yamamoto, and Sasaki. The offseason they put together was unreal, and I think this kid, people complain about the Dodgers a lot, and I get it, but I am really excited to watch him pitch, and the Dodgers have put together maybe the greatest offseason we've seen in MLB history. There's like 3 guys on this list that you could go with as Cy Young candidates as well. I mean, Blake Snell is absolutely a Cy Young candidate. I mean, Shohei Ohtani, if he's fully healthy, is a Cy Young candidate. And this kid, if he's all cracked up to what he's supposed to be, could very well be a Cy Young candidate as a rookie. And then obviously Yamamoto as well. And then Dustin May is back. Just Clayton Kershaw coming back for another year. We don't know what he has left, but just an embarrassment of riches for the Dodgers. And we also know what they have on the hitting side as well. But I'm really excited for baseball. I can't wait for the season to start. There you have it, guys. That's my predictions for the 2025 MLB Season Awards. Comment down below who you think is going to win. And make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps us out. We're coming out with weekly content. And thank you guys so much for watching this video.